Hey everyone, figure I'd do some streaming. Haven't done it for a while, so I'm back. Gonna try doing more streaming. I'll see what happens. Um, yeah, that's what I'm about to try to do. Um, we'll see how this goes. I've added a few new things, like Ko-fi. You can buy me a Ko-fi. There's stuff down the doobly doo about it down there. And I have a thing for it where I can do this. There, little QR code. It's great, isn't it? There's a QR code. It says you can buy me stuff. And my phone just did things because it does stuff. My Sanctum Sanctorum is acting a little weird. Not really sure what that is over there. No, something. Maybe it's just haunted. I don't believe in ghosts. But hey. Let's see. My graphics, because I wanted to get that up. There we go. Have the Alikat logo. All set to go there. So you can buy me a Ko-fi. We can do that. Go from there. All right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to do some more studies because I found those are kind of fun to do. And I also set it so you can kind of see what I'm working with and who I'm going to be doing stuff with, which I think will be great. That's the one. There we go. Okay, so we got this down here, and wait, maybe if I nope. Apparently, it doesn't get the sub view. Let's do a little bit of adjustments. See if I can get that. Yeah, I'm sure I can handle it. Okay. Oh, I can have phone mirroring. Isn't that fun? It doesn't get it. Wait, if you do entire screen. Okay, what if I do this? Go into here. Bingo. Okay, so what we're going to do now is back into that one. Right. Oop. No. Oh. No. Stop on that one. Show this one. Do with this thingy. Click here. Dang. Okay. So you can actually see what I'm working with. This I thought would be kind of cool, so I can actually show the whole thing. And I guess, you guys probably really don't care if you can see all of my stuff in Clip Studio. I think that'd be kind of handy. Just bear with me here. I'm getting crazy amounts of email, and I just want to make sure there's nothing important. No. Okay, I'm good. Okay. Let's do that. And yeah. All right. So I'm basically doing some studies of Daniel Warren Johnson, or D-Dubs, as some of us may call him, who has just revealed a new comic that's coming out in the very near future. Oh, hey Marthas, how you doing? Uh, but yeah, D-Dub's got a new comic coming out in the future. It's called Chinkata. Highly recommend it. Looks incredible. I've seen him working on it. Looks great. But I'm going to be breaking down and doing some stuff of his art style. And the way I'm going to do things, first I'm going to make it so I don't mess up my background stuff here, because that's always annoying. We'll lock that. All right. I'm going to start with my blobbies, like I usually do. That's not what I want. I want to move this. That's not my blobby pen. That's my blobby pen. Okay. All right, so the blobbies are just the silhouettes. Doing okay. Grinding for the art fight. Yeah, that is coming up. I saw that there was a bunch of stuff with people talking about that. Actually, my friend's kid, Adrian's going to be doing that. And I thought that was kind of cool that they're doing art fight. Hoping it goes well. Matter of fact, they're going off to the Art Institute of Chicago for their master's degree, leaving in August for it. Let's make this a bit bigger. Okay, so I was doing this with Frank Miller a few months ago, so I figured we'll start to do this with somebody else. And well, D-Dubs is one of my favorite artists, and I'm meaning to kind of study his stuff a bit more. So this is Rey and Kylo Ren fighting the Praetorian Guard in The Last Jedi. I don't really care what other people think of The Last Jedi. I liked it, so. And I'm definitely a Star Wars fan, so take that as you will. Okay. So basically, this is just to get the quick form of what he's doing, and then I'll kind of talk about it as I do it. So first, we'll start with Rey because I love Rey. She's badass. She's everything I wanted when I was a little girl. A female Jedi Knight who was badass. And yeah, I basically got it. So we got like a fisty thing here. And she's doing this here. Happening right until the end of the month. Okay. Yep. So I guess she's doing it then. That is very cool. All right. So we got the lightsaber thingy there, and we'll put in some other stuff as I go. But I figure I'll start with this. And I am recording this, so like in Clip Studio, so I can make little clips of it. And I may go and make like a talk over on this. So you've seen the live version now, but I'm basically doing this so I can also try to make other videos and talk about things. Okay, so I go to here. I got the blobby. I'm gonna kill the opacity down, say to 25. Let's do that's my alignment stuff. What I want, yeah, that is usual things. Why am I not thinking here? Right, I'm like losing my mind trying to remember how to do half this crap. I don't know why. I was just doing all this yesterday when I was working on my manga. Brain doesn't want to work. Oh man, it'll come to me in a second. Let's see. Wasn't those sale properties? No. This will be great. People can see me messing around with all this stuff. Like you don't know what I'm doing. Why is this driving me so nuts? It's just. Oh wait a minute. Is that it? That. Yeah. It's right freaking in front of me. All right. I like seeing things in red. It's a little bit easier for me. So that'll work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in on this. Back to black, go up to the line layer, and we will grab my pencil. All right, so now with the blobbies, the big thing is to once you kind of find out where your stuff is, you then can go and create with it. So you can find center, kind of go with that. Now, a lot of people do the like the build it up as like your skeleton first and everything. I actually have problems doing that, so I usually use the blobby method. I think I've talked about before. Okay, I'm going all in, no other entertainment, no crafting, no scrolling, but 26 pages from wrapping the story of Where the Monster Boys. Oh, that sounds awesome. That's fantastic. I am all for that. Alrighty. So, kind of get this going here. Maybe I'll make a head a little bit bigger. Now, this. My other project's going? Well, I got several pages. I got a manga completed. That's in. It's on. Well, I'm waiting for Viz to do shit with it. It's probably the best way to put it. I'm waiting for them to do so. Then from there, I have this Katakawa's got a whole thing going on right now, so I'm building a one shot for them, which I'm looking forward to doing, and that should be good. I have most of that done, so yeah, that's definitely a thing. And kind of go from there. But yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing lately. Lots of drawing manga and playing way too much Magic. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I mean, they have it. It's there. They can do shit with it. So it's not theirs, it's still mine. But anyway, they can actually do stuff and publish me and get it all going. I'm just waiting for them to pull the trigger on it. But hey, we'll see. In theory, it's supposed to be before the end of the year. All right. Okay, so stuff that I'm kind of doing with this is I'm just trying to figure out his shapes, as it were, and how they work with my type of stuff. I mean, this will definitely be, my. I get influenced by him, and how am I influenced by him, and what can I learn from looking at D-Dubs' stuff. And these lines are, this is basically my roughie, so they don't really, nothing here is permanent. I mean, this is just like, okay, I'm just trying to figure stuff out. So no big deal there. Also, I'm pretty sure this is like a convention sketch that I'm working with here that he did. So something of that nature. So I'm just kind of going with it. And it's, going quick, as it were. So I'll be putting these shorts of these when I make them up onto my TikTok and onto, obviously, onto YouTube as well. Because I don't think Twitch has like a shorts thing yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with one, but I'm pretty sure they don't have one yet. I could be wrong. Okay. So yeah. Like right now, I'm not trying to get anatomy right. Granted, I don't think he gets anatomy right half the time either, so it doesn't really matter. He's definitely very exaggerated. I pointed this out in a few of my streams where I've looked at some of his stuff. His Wonder Woman Dead Earth, in the first issue of it, there's a spot where Wonder Woman's arm is just way too long. It's like zany cartoon length. I could probably bring that up at some point and take a look at it. I think I have a digital version of it. I have real physical ones too. I just don't know where the hell they are. But yeah, so it's like, what from this is working? It's a very dynamic shot. I mean, it's got Ray here, Kylo's here, people getting cut in half. That's always good. This guy's getting force pushed away. And then you got this guy coming in from behind who's going to be like, I'm going to stab you in the back. So yeah, and we got like blood and ichor and other juices flying. So yeah, that's always fun. One thing I love about D-Dubs' stuff, like when he's drawing like Star Wars stuff, especially with like lightsabers, he definitely has it like, classic samurai movie. The blood is stored in the body at 2000 psi, which I can tell you from my studies of biology is completely true in every way. And if you believe that, I got a bridge for sale. Okay. Now, his stuff is great. It's very, very dynamic, very flowing. I love the way he just does this very simple look, and he makes it look so goddamn easy. And like, it's just like, yeah, I'm doing this, and it looks like this little scribbly mess in some ways, but then you like look at it, you're like, wow, that's really good. And then next thing you realize is he's really hard to kind of just copy his art. So that being said, what can we learn from him? Well, one of the big things I'm kind of picking up with looking at D-Dubs' art is that it's, if you do quick lines, it's easier. I'm not really focusing on what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I'm just trying to get the gesture in, and that seems to be like really kind of working. I can't do what you guys do as far as talk and draw. Caught a scream last night, had to leave because I couldn't letter with somebody talking. Lettering with somebody talking can be a pain in the ass because, I mean, if you're lettering while somebody else is talking, you might start to put in what they're saying. I'm guilty. Oh, so very guilty of that. The leg kind of disappears too, because like I'm looking down here, and you would think it'd be like continuing, but it doesn't. So yeah, that's definitely. That's definitely, hey, I'm a comic book artist, and this is how you can tell. Rob Liefeld, love him or hate him, I like Rob. I think Rob's a great guy. I've had great relationships with him. He gave me some really good advice when I was a kid, and was always very kind the few times I've met him. And he signed my New Mutants 98 and New Mutants 87 without charging me any money. So I'm fairly happy with that. So I think he charges now to sign anything Cable or Deadpool related. I can't say I blame him, but yeah, I got them when he wasn't charging back in the 90s. But yeah, so he had this famous thing, I think it was in X-Force 2, where there was this picture of Shatterstar. I'm pretty sure it was Shatterstar. And like you looked at it and you're just like, wait a minute, where'd the leg go? Because it's like the figure was all there, but it was like missing a leg from a certain point down. Somebody like wrote in about it, and they're like, "Oh, it's obviously been moved into a trans-dimensional space briefly." So, yeah. Working on typing paper, and I was having to scoot bubbles over. Yeah, I can I can respect that. I mean, I do a lot of hand lettering these days, mainly with sound effects, but yeah, I don't really like. I much prefer just doing things, you know, with a computer with that stuff for lettering in a lot of ways. But hey, if you're trying to get things done quick with Art Fight, I can completely understand that. I did Art Fight years ago. Debated on doing it again. I just don't have the time. Okay, that's that guy's thing. Charizard was cool because he could fight two-handed. Yeah, he fights with the dual weapon, the dual wielder, and one of his swords had like two blades on it. And then like, a few years later you see that, like quite a few years later. So maybe about 10 years later. You see that in Final Fantasy Advent Children with one of the guys having like the dual bladed katana. It's like, you stole that from Shatterstar. And Shatterstar called. He wants his sword back. All right, now we don't really have any major faces done here. They're mostly just simple lines. And we got the hair. Now, Ray's hair in episode 7, episode 8, Last Jedi. I don't believe it had, I think it only had 2 ponytail things. I mean, she's living on the planet of Jakku, and she found the time to do her hair. She definitely girls better than I do. I mean, years ago when I started streaming, I used to like wear makeup and all this other stuff, and I was like, nope. Couldn't find you. Found 2 Alikat accounts that were empty, not even a profile photo. On what? What were you looking at? I mean, I can link my TikTok and stuff. I actually have the stuff open. He's still inking on the first 4 pages. Or you mean the art fight stuff? The art fight stuff, I didn't start using Alikat until like 2016. I used to do art under something else, and that could have been it. Yeah, art fight creator accounts. Okay, yeah, you won't find it on there. Like when I was doing art fight, that was like probably that was a while ago, and I guarantee there was a different name on it. Don't, I don't really want to go into that. So, uh, but yeah, you won't find it under Alikat. Alikat was I said I basically heavily reinvented myself around 2016 with doing art online and things like that and starting to stream. I really got into it around 2017, and that's when I basically, when I was like growing up and stuff like that, I had like a couple of nicknames. One of them was the Alley Cat because Allison, Allie, and then everybody knew I loved cats, so I was the Alley Cat. And then from there, it was I also had shades because I when I played soccer, I had progressive lenses, progressive polarizing lenses, and they were um, I would be wearing sunglasses while playing soccer and stuff, so people started calling me Shades. And yeah, so those were like the 2 nicknames that I kind of had, and then I decided that I didn't really care. Shades was fun when I was like in school and stuff, but Alley Cat kind of stuck. So yeah. like when I first met Ian, I wasn't using Alikat, so. Okay, let's back this out, take a quick peek. All right, so this is a quick little find the lines, find the shapes type thing, which we may make a few adjustments as we go, because that's what we do. Got a lightsaber here. Any excuse I have to draw a lightsaber. And I'll make the hilt a little bit longer because you are supposed to be able to fight with the saber in two hands. It is supposed to be a katana. Yeah, we don't really care about that right now. So this is just the roughies. Actually, I should probably change that to roughies. Okay. Let's see. Moving in other places. So if I turn off the blobby layer, this is kind of what we got working with. Now, he made her chest, like her head down a little bit more, which one of the cool things about digital art is we can actually change that really quickly. We can just do this, that, move it down. Yeah, that looks good. And that adds a little bit more of a dynamic kind of pose to it, that she's like fighting and stuff like that and kind of going, doing her thing. We just rough in the arms again. All right, that going. And there's kind of a guy that's like right vaguely here. So we'll just kind of do a quick shape in here or something. We'll figure it out later what we want to do with it, if anything, but we'll just kind of stick that in. And technically it's up a little bit higher anyway, but yeah, it's this roughy. So that's the roughies. We're kind of doing that. I mean, I could do the whole thing. I could get Kylo in there and stuff. I might do that eventually. But when I go to do the other characters, I'll go back to the blobby layer and I'll blob things in different colors. So actually, I already blobbed I already have the thing turned to red, so I'll have to switch it back and do stuff. Not that big of a deal. All right. So now then, let's start to actually make some line art. That's what I miss about digital, the zoom. But if I let myself do it, I stay zooming and fixing and zooming and get nothing finished ever. Well, I'm bad at this, but I actually go into about this deep on my zoom when I zoom in. I go about 200%. They say you're supposed to keep it at the level you work at, but honestly, it's basically what you feel comfortable with is where it works. But yeah, you can go very, very nitpicky on things of the levels that you want to go to. Alrighty. Where's my thing? I want that one. Alright, so if I zoom in here. Okay, and kind of see what's going on here. Now, I just don't draw faces like he does. I don't mind the way he does it, but this is not really me. I'm definitely more of a mangaka, so my women tend to have a little bit more pointy. Now, I do have one trait, like with a lot of mangaka, you'll see that everybody just has like a really pointy jaw that goes down on women and stuff like that. I tend to curve it a little bit more naturally because women's chins they tend to go down a little bit lower. Um, One of the greatest artists to look at stuff like that is like John Buscema. He drew very, very beautiful women. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy detailed because one of the things that I remember about this is I am zoomed in. So if I go back out, like, if I were to print it, this is 100% what it looks like. This is, it pulled back. So I will do in some eyes and things like that, but I'm not going to go that nuts. So again, I kind of want to add more stuff to this. Now, if you want to work traditionally doing kind of my blobby method and things, I'll actually try to do that with the next one that I do, the next character. Or I might do another D-dub study. Of course, I immediately started drawing noses the way he does, which I mean, in a study is probably good to do stuff like that, but I'm more of just trying to find his base shapes. Like I like the way I draw faces. So I'm not really like what can I learn from D-dubs that I can't do on my own. And I like his simplicity more than anything else. Or I should say the illusion of simplicity, because his stuff is not simple. He makes it look simple, but it's not simple. Now, I'm excited. I'm doing a bit more with the hair than what he did, but that he has it all like tied back. There's a few bits that are stranding and kind of going off, but doing my own thing with it. So he definitely takes he. I mean, he's definitely influenced by manga and things like that. I mean, I know he's been out to Japan numerous times with his family and just him, and he buys like major art books and things like that. Um, from a lot of artists that actually I admire too. I mean, he's probably got ones I have no idea about, but whenever he gets back from Japan, he usually will have like a live stream where he talks about it. So, but I do know that we have several of the same influences. And if I have some time, I'll pull out the pages I'm working on for the my action horror manga that I'm doing for Kodansha. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see if people like that. I'm a fan of it for reasons. All right, and again, one of the other things with the roughy and all that, we're not trying to follow the lines of the roughy. We're just using the shapes as a guide and trying to see what I can pick up by looking at his shapes and where I can learn from them. Now, one of the things I love about his work is the way he does action because it just looks so good, and he's known to like blur things and do stuff. And it's neat. I put my 60 days of 60 gesture drawing stuff up on hold for. Oh, very cool. That is a very cool thing. Yeah, gesture studies are amazing to do. Very, very good. Yeah, his way of dealing with like movement and attacks and stuff. If I can bring up some of his other stuff, I will to show it. I'd be good. Would be glad to draw in any of your monster characters into the background and keep. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm all fine with that. The piece that I'm working on is I built a horror setting, um, and that is heavily inspired by um, the town I grew up in and things that I love, like 80s slasher movies and things like that, and other fun things. But like literally, the piece that I'm doing, it's an idea I had years ago. Um, this is probably going back to like maybe 2012 or a bit sooner, a bit earlier than that. I had this idea of what would happen if Supergirl fought Jason Voorhees. And I was like, well, it'd probably go something like this. Jason would try to stab her. She'd then knock him into orbit. But that wouldn't be fun to read. So I was like, well, how would I do this to make this work for me and like as a storyline? I was stuck when I started up again. Couldn't even draw the simple characters right because I hadn't touched them in years. Yeah, no, that happens. That definitely happens. Um, yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, the so that was kind of my whole thing with that was I wanted to do Supergirl versus um, Jason, but they're copyrighted, so it's not like I can just go and do. I mean, I could. I a couple of years ago I drew X-23 fighting Jason. I just dropped my stylus. There it is. Oh, and should have started practicing last month, but this hasn't happened before. Yeah, it's something you got to kind of get used to. If you step away from doing certain things for a bit, it is a muscle memory. You got to train it. You got to remember, get it going and all that again. Uh, but yeah, so I made a few rules for how I wanted to do things and what my inspiration for my variation of Supergirl is. Um, and I developed a story around it. Why is this kid at summer camp, you know, kind of going from there? And well, I made her an orphan because comic book trope, you can't have any parents. Not very Superman in that sense, and definitely not very Supergirl. I mean, she actually, if I remember, like when she was in Argo City and stuff like that, I believe that, remembering correctly from the original Supergirl, that was an area where she could go back to on occasion or something. But that's me going back to like when I read Supergirl before Crisis. Um, so I was like, okay, well, I have her as an orphan, and in all honesty, when I was thinking about the character, I was thinking more of um. I think you remember the X-23 piece. I have it printed out, or well, actually, no, I did draw the whole thing traditional. I have it over here someplace. If I can dig it up, I will. But yeah, I did the X-23 piece. I did that was a good piece. Um, so I had played in a DC Heroes game a character that was a Kryptonian, and I was actually playing. My character concept for it was I was the daughter of General Zod and Fiora. Oh, and I called her Providence. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just kind of do that. I'll make this my Providence character more. Granted, still not Zod, but that's kind of her origins. Is she's you know my general idea for what I was going to do. So, and then I kind of started building it from there, and I did. Um, Sorry, just trying to get this in a bit. Now, this is definitely a convention sketch from him because I can tell like this is a bit too bulky. Like I'm streamlining it a little bit here. But when you're drawing like convention sketches and stuff like that, you sometimes don't go over things to the level that you would in a finished drawing. Um, but yeah, so I was working with that general notion of like, all right, so what makes my Supergirl? If it's one shot characters, I can go almost straight to pen over loose pencils. It's the regulars that I have to make consistent that I struggle with. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, um, the goal is that if you are drawing your own characters over and over again, it should get to the point where you are literally just, um, you can do it so fast because it's all muscle memory. But that will come with time. Like now that I've drawn, um, I called her Cassidy. It's Cassidy and Mallory. Um, and she goes by Cass. I've drawn her enough that I can just kind of doodle her easily. But yeah, so got that going. Then I have the piece after, uh, like, well, was she there? Like, how is she there? And then I kind of developed it from there. And she's part of like this outreach program where they're sending, you know, kids that are stuck in the foster care system to camp for, the summer. And she's not really into it. Um, oh yes, everything in my stuff is also set in like the Boston area because I grew up in Massachusetts and I'm like Stephen King. Actually, I got called by somebody who was looking through some of my notes on my scripts and stuff like that. They're like, "You're like the comic book artist Stephen King," and I'm like, "I'll take it." So I like it when somebody referred to my stuff as the Tarantino of comics a little bit more, but I'll take it. So yeah, she's got Anakin's lightsaber, which technically you don't hold like that. You actually hold it with the goes more like this. If I need to, I can pull one out because I have an Anakin lightsaber around here. Hell, I got the Vader lightsaber over here, and that's the one from the movie. It's from the I have the Empire Strikes Back one that was used in the Empire Strikes Back, and that is a Graphics based model as well. So hell, you can see where they glued on the windshield wiper pieces. So, and then I was like, okay, so she's part of this kid outreach program. No, I'm not obsessed with Feet the way Tarantino is. I'm obsessed with his directorial style and his dialogue. But no, I am definitely not. I mean, his obsession with feet has become a joke, so it's almost like a meme. Um, but yes, now I kind of look at it as, yeah, he's just kind of doing it because he can get away with it. Um, yeah, but so with stuff that I was doing with Cassidy, I had to think of like what are her powers. I mean, she's as strong as Supergirl. The slasher characters is not going to stand a chance. I also had to think about the slasher and their powers. Now, I came up with something for that. Actually, used something that I came up with for some of my fantasy stuff. And I just adapted it. But the Supergirl stuff was okay. She is. I went back to the original Superman, and I kind of went from there. That she's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. She is not able to fly. She isn't like strong enough to say lift an entire skyscraper. Not that that would work anyway, because I have too much of a stickler for physics in my own superhero stuff. So, but she's effectively bulletproof, and she heals really quickly when something does hurt her. And the slasher character, called Crimson Jack, um, he is strong enough to hurt her with his meat cleaver. So but she does regenerate, which is unfortunate for Crimson Jack. But Crimson Jack also regenerates, and I gave him a similar suite of powers. He doesn't have the jumping abilities that she does. He has the amazing ability to suddenly be in front of you, uh, like slashers do in movies. Um, or immediately right behind you, behind a tree or something like that. That whole thing. So I'm playing up the tropes. Uh, so that's basically it. And with Crimson Jack, he has something called the Crimson Intent or the Crimson Tide, and effectively, it's inspired by my obsession with Street Fighter and the character Akuma. And I can't remember the name of the power right now off the top of my head, but it's basically the killing intent or the intent of murder that he has. And he can do crap with that. And my thought was, okay, well, they have this ability that gives them a bunch of stuff that they could do, but if it consumes them, they basically become these mindless killing machines. And that's where the slasher comes from. It is a mindless killing machine. So that is Crimson Jack. And there's more to the origin and all that stuff too, but that's the general basis of it. He's basically lost control of this thing. This is a low grade teleporting slasher. I wouldn't call him low grade. He's definitely dangerous. I mean, he's not one of my three. I made him as a secondary character. He's leaner looking. He has a hockey-ish mask thing, which I built into the background story of what it is. And he's very dangerous. But it's like Cass is probably the physically strongest character in my universe, as it were. Actually, no, Templar is the strongest. Templar is effectively Superman in a lot of ways. I'm not really liking that. I'm gonna change that up a bit. Made the lightsaber too big. But yeah, he's crazy powerful. Granted, where he gets his abilities from is, yeah, he doesn't know where he gets his abilities from. But let's just say it's not from the source he thinks it's from. Uh, but yeah, so that's basically my whole thing with that. But yeah, he's insanely strong and very Crimson Jack anyway. He's very strong, very fast. Doesn't run because he's a slasher. And if you think you've lost him, he's suddenly behind you. It's kind of like you lose sight of him and there's an open window, he's in the house. It's very, you know, classic slasher movie character, heavily taken from The Shape or Michael Myers, as it were. I like to think of Michael Myers, I did it again, as The Shape, first and foremost, because that's the way he's credited in the original movies. Actually, I think they did in the newest trilogy too. They did call him The Shape. I mean, yeah, the character's called Michael Myers, but the actor who's doing the main stuff in it is usually referred to as The Shape. So, and that's more of what I want is The Shape, or it's this thing, this force of nature, as it were. Oh. But yeah, my three big slashers are the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. So, and the Butcher is a character I've drawn a lot. He's the one of the first things that I drew, and when I wanted to do some horror comic stuff, and I had him fighting. Actually, I had my ghost chasers investigating a haunted house that it may or may not have, the whole thing may or may not have been inspired by ghost hunters, the TAPS guys. This is before I lived in Rhode Island. Um, but yeah, I watched a couple episodes of Ghost Hunters, and I'm like, this is a crock of shit. uh, so I started having some fun with it. It's like, did you hear a noise over there? Yeah, we should investigate. Like, yep, okay. Uh, but yeah, so they go in investigating, and they encounter the butcher, who butchers them on live TV. And I'll admit, I definitely did characters of the ghost hunters as I was doing it, and I was gonna get it published in something, but I never bothered. Just was like whatever. But I from that point on, I have drawn the butcher ever since, and that had to be in the early 2000s. And of course, when I made the butcher, I had to think about it, and I had to make the baker and the candlestick maker. And let's just say that they're the butcher is the Jason Voorhees, the Shape, Michael Myers type of character. The baker is more of the Freddy Krueger, definitely disturbing in different ways, and he bakes some interesting things, to say the least. And the candlestick maker is inspired. That's my West, no, my Clive Barker inspired character. That I would say, the baker is the Wes Craven inspired slasher, more to the Freddy Krueger, but less Ghostface. Ghostface in some ways I think would qualify more as what the um with the Shape and Jason stuff like that. Sometimes it's the slop that inspires you. If you only watch things that are badass, you'll be like, "I'll never be able to be this good." It's very true. I mean, I watch a lot of bad horror movies to this day. Um, I got, I have this, I call it a guilty pleasure in found footage films. I absolutely love them. I think they're, for the most part, garbage, but there's a few of them that are really good. I kind of consider Late Night with the Devil to be a found footage film. It's done as like a TV show taping, but it is it does qualify as being found. Um, and that was just amazing. That's such a great movie. Um, but yeah, the found footage movie genre is something I just love. So I'm a big fan of the Hell House LLC series. I like every one of them, and let's just say that the first one's really good. They kind of go downhill after that, but the first one's really good. It's Ichthus. All right, how's it going? Going with the total excellence yourself, there, buddy. How is it? How is everything going? I haven't seen you for a while. This is cool. Oh, always a good time. What's up? Just living the dream. The dream is a nightmare, but I'm living it. Oh. But yeah, so the um, going back with like the slasher movie type of stuff. If I think about it, like I'd want to do. Um, Actually, I wrote a storyline in my last Sentinel series that dealt with all the different versions of the three slashers, and the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. But I haven't really done much with it. So I wrote it. I have the scripts, but that's about it. It's weird. Ever since I started like working on manga stuff with like Viz and things, I never used to write full scripts. Yeah, now I do. I write a lot of them. I don't like writing full scripts. I much rather work off the Marvel method. I also do a lot more storyboarding. It's starting to make me think that AI is the way to go with storyboarding. That won't happen. I have too many morals. Way too many morals for that. I think Joanne's here. Yep, Joanne's here. Unless it's somebody breaking into my house, then if that's the case. Well, I'm armed. Hey, Joanne, come on in. I am live streaming, so you know. Okay. But nobody can really see you or anything because I have a tiny thing, and I'm in the Sanctum Sanctorum for my background, so you should be good.
Okay. Wouldn't matter either way.
I don't think so, but some people, it matters.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I've been walking around in public for a while, so I really could care less at this point.
That's fair.
Some places still make me a little nervous,
but whatever. But yeah, so if anybody cares, I put a Ko-fi up so people can buy me a coffee or a Ko-fi or whatever else you want to do. I'm all for it. Please do. I like tips.
I found my pencils.
Oh, good.
They're at home.
So where we thought they might have been.
Yeah. I didn't realize I had taken them in.
That happens.
Yeah. I put in for the loan and it came through.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
I should get it in a day or two.
Even better.
Yeah.
You paying off the original with it immediately?
Probably.
Good. No, definitely do that. It's not a probably. That's pay off the original immediately. That way it won't screw you in the long run.
Yeah.
Somebody hacked my DoorDash.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I had apparently I bought a really good dinner out in the West Coast, I think in California.
Oh, nice.
It's like $300 and something.
Oh, God. Did you disputed it, obviously?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, no, they're getting me the money back and everything. So
that's good.
They asked me if I wanted credit, and I'm like, no, I want my money back. I might take an extra day or something. I'm like, this is fine. Just give me my money back.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me the money.
Yeah. And I went through and I changed my password and upgraded some security settings because I found they had a verification thing for phone numbers and stuff. I hadn't noticed it, so that's now all set.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That sucks. I haven't used my DoorDash in forever.
Yeah, I was sitting at Battleground. I literally got this notification. It's like your Dasher is on the way, and I'm like, what? Yeah, no, I was moving some money in because Murray got me something with the magic secret layer from yesterday, and I
Okay.
needed to send her like 200 and something dollars,
Oh God.
and well, let's just say I couldn't. So
Yeah, I guess so.
she's probably mad at me right now, but
Well, you'll get it to her eventually.
I'll get to her tomorrow.
What are you
Okay.
working on?
I am doing an art study of Daniel Warren Johnson, or D Dubs,
Oh,
and I am working off of his. It's the Last Jedi piece he did with Rey and Kylo killing the Praetorian Guard in on the stealth bomber Star Destroyer,
ah,
flying wing Star Destroyer thing that what's his name had Snoke had.
okay.
I always found it funny when people are like, they killed Snoke. He was barely a character. And I'm like, you realize the Emperor only appeared for like a total amount of time of somewhere around 9 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And Snoke appeared for like 8 between the two movies he's in.
His death was awesome.
Oh, I loved his death. His death was great. Also, a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of the stuff in The Last Jedi was from Lucas's notes.
Oh, was it really?
Yep. And Dave Filoni was on set with it. So, and Filoni is, well, the heir to Lucas. They did a lot of stuff there. Oh, you released a manga on Global Comics Access? Fantastic. I was debating on going with them as a platform. I still might. I was also looking at Manga Plus. They're affiliated with Viz and Shonen Jump. I mean, that's Kadensha. So, no, Katakawa. Sorry, Katakawa. Kadensha is the other one that I can't think of what they publish, but they're a major manga publisher.
That's cool.
Oh. This just to warn you, those episodes I do for Jason, I knocked out during the show, so they're pretty sloppy. Oh, Martha, you're streaming with Ixus. Fantastic. Ixus, I believe, knows everybody. So, I mean, I met Ixus through mutual friend Tyler. Chopi's doing well. I haven't seen him really doing anything lately. His Discord got a little bit too crazy for me, so I left it for a bit. Where have we been going? Over an hour. So I'm trying to get my TikTok straightened up so I can stream over there as well. Do vertical streaming over there. Granted, I'll probably have to readjust how I'm doing all this, but hey. Comics World suddenly suspended all operations, refunding unfilled customer orders, and directing customers to its original founders at Greco Printing. Yeah, I saw that they basically died, which is terribly unfortunate considering they got bought out by this company and they basically just tanked them. No, I do that during the show for Jason, and we all drew Ix's character. Oh, very cool, very cool. Not sure if I know Jason. I might. I know a lot of people that I sometimes don't realize I know. That's such a me thing to say. uh,
What platforms are you streaming on?
right now, I'm streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. Oh, and Facebook. I'd recommend the YouTube stream. That's where people are talking right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I looked on Facebook, I didn't see any.
Yeah, the Facebook stuff's weird, so I just kind of.
Might not look in the right place, but that's me.
Pat Oliphant, world-renowned political cartoonist in Santa Fe resident, dies at 90. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I see. Do you want to be on TV? Is that it? Do you want to be on TV? Be on live TV? Guess what? You gotta be. Yeah, kitten time. Ah, okay, we got the kitty time. All right, we got a little bit of kitty cam time. He's eating my hair. Let's see, and another one. There we go. Kitten time. Ah, stop eating my hair. Oh, Jason whatever. Did a fan art of my character for my one shot. It is 15 pages. Get experience developing comic. Very cool. Yes, this is my rocket. He's my big boy. He's eating my hair. Still eating my hair. He's done that since he was a kitten. F and autocorrect. All right then. All right, I got you. I got to my thing. Oh, okay. Jeez. Oh, I see. Yeah, he was on IC. Okay, yeah, I do know. I do know who he is. Okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, I seem kind of fall partish. So terribly unfortunate. All right, let's go back to doing this. Whoop. Yes, get down. Oh. Oh, it's Mikey. All right, that's Mikey posted that. Fantastic. All right, yeah. I should have known that somebody posting about somebody dying would be Mike. I mean, this is kind of his thing. It's like, oh, people died. I show up and talk about it. Oh, I mean, Sam Neill died yesterday. No, that was kind of tragic. It was like 76, I think. Really? No, political cartoon stuff do not get enough love. Really? You're not. You're not kaiju. Get down. You're not the kitten. Kitten. Get. Bear with me, folks. Ah, I got a cat being stupid. That was kind of like a redundancy over there. Okay. Don't give me that crap. Oh, thank you, John. I really appreciate it. I see. And he's back here again. All right, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I apologize, but I gotta pee. And yeah, be back in 1 second. Just gotta find my things here. Graphics. Stop doing whatever you're doing. Logos. Get. Is it up there? I thought it was under there. Maybe it was widgets. No. Options. Ticker. That's it. Here we go. I'll be right And I'm back and better than ever. Talk smack amongst yourself, that works. Yeah, Mike's definitely been busy with life. Very happy I could see him the other day, though. That was good. Okay. No, I don't want that way. Ah. Off today and grinding for art fight. Yep, it's art fight time. They're gonna bug Adrian about that. I take my own advice on certain things. Okay, let's fix this. Again, the joys of digital. I may do the next study I do. I might do either Mark Silvestri or Joe Madureira. Joe Mad. The other one I was thinking about was Stephen Platt. I always loved his stuff, and I said Rob has had me thinking about him a bit more lately because he released a book that was an old cover that he had actually done that Rob inked. And if you know anything about the two of them, they don't really like each other. I mean, I'm not going to go into whatever it is. It's between them. Both good popular choices. Yeah, I love both. Um, I'm a huge fan of Joe Mad. I mean, Joe Mad is a big influence on my art style. Silvestri is too in some ways, but Joe Mad is more of an influence. So lately, one of my bigger influences has definitely been D Dubs here. But yeah, if I do another piece by D Dubs or I do some inspirational stuff from it, I will probably do one of his more finished pieces and not just a convention sketch. Yeah, I'm trying to just get his energy more than anything else with this. Actually, one of these days, what I really should do is break down and do my friend Rob over at Sketchcraft. His stuff is just amazing. So then he's a good friend of mine. I could always do David Finch too. That could be fun. I'm doing Silvestri, so I mean, and Dave has definitely come a long way from being like the Silvestri clone that he kind of originally was, but um, and I don't say that in a bad light. Yeah, he was highly influenced by Silvestri. He worked under him, so yeah, his art's gonna look like him because he's getting trained by Mark Silvestri. um, it's kind of like, well, a lot of people like they thought like that. J. Scott Campbell. They're like, oh, he's a Jim Lee clone. It's like, no, he's not. He was an Arthur Adams clone, but whatever. So I was told to ink over Madrera to improve my stuff, but I can't get my head around it. Think I might do that, but with Hernandez, with the Hernandez brothers. Yeah, Love and Rockets. Okay, I think it would be a good start with that. They're a good start. Love and Rockets is a great, great comic. So I don't know if it's still going on, but yeah, that was a great comic. Um, yeah, that's Silvestri. Granted, if you want to look at like some of his older stuff, back when he was doing like X-Men in like the 80s and things, like before Jim Lee was around and stuff, he's a bit different. Now, if I was gonna say to really study Silvestri right now, I would say look at the Batman Joker series because that was incredible. I think that was his best work he's ever done. Absolutely love it. And if you can get the black and white version of it, I think it's only like the first like issue or two or something like that was done in black and white. It's just amazing. Very much a fan of that. Now, if you're also doing studies of different artists, like one thing you can do is you could just do a study of like how do they do arms, and like just go in look for cool arms and just do the just draw just the arms and the way they do them and the hands the way they do them and stuff. Like my hands definitely have a Madrera influence to them because I tend to draw them a little bit chunky, like he does. Uh, that's also just the cartoonist in me. What the fuck is going on with that? There, okay. Uh, yes, I did. I am friends with Pancake. She is amazing. I've had her on my show a couple times, and I've been on her show. But yeah, she did the full breakdown of that whole thing. Actually, I think I was the one who was like bugging her to do Sylvester. Her Joe Madrera breakdown was great. But yeah, no, she's incredible. She's been going through some shit though, so hence why she hasn't really been posting. I know she's been working a lot too, and her job is kind of demanding. I know she does like animation and things, web design with animation and stuff. So, but yeah, no, I highly recommend Comics with Pancake. Yeah, she did breakdown of Madrera. She did Silvestri. She did Jim Lee. I think was another one. I don't think she's done anybody else, but those were great. no, she's cool. She's very cool. Very British. I love poking fun at some of her British things, like, eating chips, not fries, stuff like that. But hey, I can't really criticize the British Isles. They made Doctor Who. James Bond, a lot of good stuff. An hour and a half. Wow, that's a pretty good stream for me so far. I haven't even done the you know, my pull list. I don't have a pull list preemptively set up though, so I'm not gonna do one. So we'll just kind of do this in here. The other thing, if you're ever doing a type of study or whatnot, or you're doing a homage piece or anything like that, don't just draw exactly what's there. Always add your own stuff to it. Like, don't just try to completely just copy the piece and go from there. Try to manipulate it, do a couple of things, even if it's minor. I mean, studies you generally want to be a bit more closer to the original work because it is a study, but this is something to keep in mind that, change the work a bit. I mean, I haven't changed this that much, changed a few things in it, but, still, it's not an exact replica of it. I don't want it to be. Also, the times when I generally zoom out is to make corrections. I should probably save this. Let's do under studies. Call it. Because I gotta be super consistent with everything. Okay. Yeah, you definitely, if you're gonna homage like with your own characters, that's also good. Just as I said, the big thing to do whenever you're doing any type of a homage is to make it yours. In a way, like, still obviously be a homage, but make it yours. Like the X-23 piece I did, where I did was working on a piece with X-23 that was a in the Outlawed storyline, and I did a homage of one of my favorite pieces of Wolverine, where he's rising up out of the water, and he's got this look that he basically is like, "I'm going to go kill people." And the next issue is when he solo attacks the Hellfire Club during the beginnings of the Dark Phoenix saga, when the Hellfire Club was introduced and everything. Um, but yeah, I homage that, but I changed the pose a little bit, and I also changed the angle of the pose, and that makes it a better homage, I think. It's like, I credited as at Afterburn. Afterburn, nice. Um, how was his inker too? Why can't I think of his inker? His inker's like just as famous. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh, Terry Austin. Yeah. So that's my favorite piece of Wolverine art that I've ever seen. It is literally my favorite drawing of Wolverine, and I had to do my own version, so I did. Uh, Now take out the roughy. It's starting to work. Need to do a few more things with it, but it is starting to get there. She does have. Oh. Let's go back into here real quick. Now, one of the other things to always remember when you're drawing things on the arms, remember the arms curve. You don't just go straight across, you curve around them. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's a good place to stop for right now. We are about an hour and a half in. I think that's a pretty good stream for right now. I'm gonna be trying to get back into streaming. I actually honestly miss it. And I'm gonna start trying to do some videos too of things. I know I keep saying this with stuff, but I want to do some like study videos and things and use some of this for the studies. And I'm hoping to put up like a short of this whole thing. So, but yeah, so that's a goal. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And on that note, I think I'm going to be taking off. Let's see. Let's go back to. Stop that. I'm here. Yeah, it's me. And yeah, so we'll do that. And just, if everybody could, do me a solid. I would definitely be appreciative. Very good there. And yeah, well, I know it's time to go and all that, and some people might be like, but yeah, I gotta get going. Stuff to do, and I'm tired. But anyway, I will talk with you all later. Thank you for coming by. It was great seeing you, Martha. It was great seeing you, John. Good seeing you, Mike. And Ichthus. Wow, that was great seeing you. Thank you for coming by, everybody. I really appreciate it. And everybody have a wonderful day, night, bar mitzvah.